sterndmb.com or sternstorming.com. Darrell, welcome to the show.
TV stars you are now. Excited I be.
Nice. Darrell, let's get right into it. You want to talk to us a little bit about discovering and or tracking the ROI, the return on investment for social media marketing. This ought to be good.
Well, yeah, not just that, social media, but you know, your content, your blogs, your everything that you're doing throughout the year. We're now at the end of the year, and you've spent some money on advertising and marketing and all the different things that you've done. But has that generated any, leads? Where did they come from, and what is the cost of it? We've got to know this so we can plan better for next year.
Okay.
Okay.
Where do we begin?
Yeah. Where do we start?
So the first part is, take the total advertising dollars that you spent, be that, for somebody doing your social media, writing blogs and all of that, and divide that by the number of leads that actually came in, to your business. And then you have, your cost per lead, at least at the first level, at the basic level.
Okay. So do you count a lead as somebody that's just inquiring or commenting or asking a question or calling you, asking, getting information about your products or services? Or is that an actual, they turned into a client?
No, this is just leads.
Just leads.
In other words, this is just lead generation.
Okay,
then we've got to go down the path of, okay, well, how many of those leads, closed and how many sales did we get? So that's
So we're talking just leads. So you can actually figure out what it costs you to obtain a brand new lead, somebody with eyes on your business, by taking all the dollars you spent divided by the number of leads. So hopefully you're tracking how many you brought in.
Right. And then you've got to say, okay, well, what different campaigns were we running? What different, activities were we doing? It wasn't just, okay, total number of leads and I spent this much on, Facebook marketing or Twitter or blog writing or whatever. Now let's get more specific. So as you go through next year, add some more tracking, to that. In other words, in Google Analytics, you can add specific URLs to your blogs and to your
Going to stop you right there for just a second. You're using technical terms that may not mean anything to some of our audience. What's a URL?
Okay, a URL is an address on the web.
Oh,
in other words, is a URL.
Okay, gotcha. I just want to make sure that everybody understands that you can add more of those in order to track those. They're called landing pages, right?
Well, right. So let's just say you invited a lot of people over and you wanted to say, okay, how many of these people then eventually, became customers? So you somehow tag them or labeled them or something. In the real physical world, we're talking about labeling people like in a list or in a CRM. Like where did I meet this person? Right. And now they're my lead, now they're a customer. So that's why I'm talking about taking it to the next level.
Right. And there are software packages. You mentioned Google Analytics, but there are some other software packages out there that will actually identify you, that if you come back, if you hit the page once, it gives you that label.
Right.
And it's invisible. You can't see it. You don't know that it's out there. But when you come back, we know that you've been here before.
Right. And then to go beyond that, every single form that you have, on your website and every single campaign, you can make that have a tag to it. Right. So in other words, when it goes into All Pro Web Tools or Infusionsoft or HubSpot or whatever system that you're using, it says, okay, these people filled out this particular form. And then if Google Analytics on top of that, I Facebook on to becoming a lead. Right. So now I can actually say, well, we spent a lot of money on this platform or on this particular thing that we were doing, but it only generated this small, amount of leads, where we spent not so much on this, but wow, on LinkedIn, we really got a lot more contact. So maybe in, going into next year, now I want to say, well, let's do more of this and less of that. This is making you make intelligent decisions that then lower that cost per lead, so that then by next year you can say, okay, well, now efficiently and qualified and had more sales, and we know now that our cost per lead is actually lower.
Right. And it's pretty exciting. And I know that, you do this not only with your online marketing, but even somebody recently was tracking the associations they're involved with, and 80% of their new business came from a certain association. So, right. It's wise then, okay, this is where I'm going to invest even more next year with my marketing dollars and sponsorship dollars, because I'm getting I'm getting great results over here.
Right. So in the technical world of business and lead generation and all of that, there's something called lead nurturing, which is you met someone, you shook hands or you had an initial, contact, and they didn't buy from you right away. So then let's say they start following you on LinkedIn or following you on your Facebook page, and then eventually they become a lead because they qualify, and then finally they buy. So that is the justification and ROI wise, and constantly generating media and keeping these people warm, keeping them interested in you and feeding, and also making them say, hey, like you were saying, deliver. If you deliver the results and you continue to put out, the right messages, your branding and your awareness goes up. You don't have to brag about it. You just have to do and deliver and show that you're the expert.
Darrell, do you find that some people get confused between what a lead is and closed business? You get a whole bunch of leads, and that's good, and you should continue marketing because you're getting those leads,
right?
And yet many of those leads don't convert into closed business because there's the nurturing, right?
Right. So how many times have you called someone back 3 months later?
Right.
And they say, and you talk to them, that you talked to them once, so they answered something on the website, and then they say, well, I just went with another company.
Right.
I never heard from you again. Right.
So it behooves the business owner to follow up and nurture those leads.
Right. And we can also automate that. So let's take this another, step down the pike, which is using these marketing automation tools. I get a lead. Let's say they downloaded an ebook or they, ask me a question or something like that. Then the marketing automation can go out and send them a whole entire video series that goes out 2 or 3 weeks. Or maybe it can, sign them up for the new blog articles and go on from there. So then if you're doing this right, you can actually track their activity and say, this person is very interested in me. They're opening every newsletter. They've watched every video that I've done. They're a very warm lead. They're getting closer, right, to a sale. Whole entire process from the initial, what you're putting out there to tracking that to then tracking, okay, where are these people in your pipeline? Where are these people in your funnel? And then how much do you close? So yes, then there's well, how much business did I close and how much money did we make off of that? So in the end, like one of our clients is telling us that they're getting one return on their investment. For every dollar spent, they're making $8, back. Right. So they can prove that, and they can say to the rest of their department and everybody, yes, our Stern marketing has value. This is how much closed business and the value of it versus what we spend on Stern marketing.
This is valuable because I think, Darrell, a lot of times we don't think of how many touches, how much nurturing has to happen, in order to convert our marketing dollars into actual closed business. A lot of times we're out meeting people. We meet them once. We have one interaction. They call us, and then that's it. There's no nurturing.
Right.
And so we think, okay, all of this marketing doesn't actually work, but it's actually incredibly systemized and automated. Are those words?
Systemized and automated.
Yeah, systemized and automated, right? Exactly. Right? So that then even when you go to a trade show, you can have a tag or something that automatically follows up with those people and gives them more information and all that.
Right.
And it helps you. Right.
You know where they're at in the process. They've just slowly checking us out, or they've opened everything, so they're super hot. I mean, you can almost give them a grade or a point system to say these are the ones that are likely to fall this
which
month.
Is called lead scoring, right? Which is that's exactly correct. So when so that then you can tell, well, who has a higher lead score and who doesn't, and who's ready to, to buy from me and all of that kind of stuff. And that continues after you make the sale. You can automate that process and ask for referrals and ask for, and keep them warm and upgrade them eventually, to something or to a bigger package and all those kind of things.
Well, I'll tell you what, an 8-to-1 ratio is amazing and a great return on investment. And you get that when you come on with Sternstorming, your website, sternstorming.com, where I understand you've got a new video blog, yeah?
Yeah, we just launched our new video blog. One of the blogs we have is about awakening the force that began your business in the first place. Kathleen Kennedy are going back to the way Star Wars was done in 1977, and they're re-engaging this brand. So let's take your business and remember, when you started it in your garage on a napkin sketch, what was the real spirit behind it? Because as you get into all this day-to-day of business, sometimes that goes away. So let's reawaken the force and go Stern.Storming.
You can go Stern.Storming at sternstorming.com or call 303-353-4354. That number again, 303-353-4354, and add strategy and ROI to your marketing in 2016. Darrell, thank you so very much.
Thank you very much.
All right. We'll be right back, folks.